Hello, amazing ones. It's Laura here. And today I am popping on here to share with you 5 lessons that I learned from starting my business during a recession. Now, I know your newsfeed, if it's anything like mine, is probably filled with a lot of doom and gloom and scarcity around a possible recession. And I wish I could sit here and tell you that I am immune from the stresses and all that that brings with it. And fun fact about me is I actually started my business in 2008 in the middle of a recession. And looking back and what I was reflecting on today is that there were so many valuable lessons that I learned because I had started my business during a recession. It forced me to think differently. It forced me to look for different perspectives in how I shared my work with my clients. So today I want to come on here and share with you some of the lessons that I learned in hopes that it will help maybe give you a little ease, help you ground down a little bit more, and maybe make some practical, simple tweaks in your business to help you with what is happening in the world today. Now, fun little fact here as well. I actually started my business the same month that I moved to a different state. I got married. My husband went back to school, and I decided that that would be the perfect time to start my brand new budding massage business. So I want to share a little bit more about that, but let's dive in. Oh, and one more thing. My invitation as you listen to these is to take what resonates, right, and implement even just one small step from what you hear today, right? Oftentimes it's those little pivots, it's those little things that we implement that actually make a big difference, right? I look back and I can see those moments where I made those small little steps. And now, 15 years later, over a decade, nearly 15 years later, I see how those small steps were actually the catalyst to the business and the company that I have now. So no matter where you are in your journey, listen for what resonates with you and what is for you. And I would love to hear, as you're listening, which maybe think of at least one step that you're going to take away from this little video here today. Sound good? And let me know in the comments. I want to hear it. All right. So the first one is probably going to seem a little bit obvious because I'm preaching to the choir here, and it is absolutely essential to say. Lesson number 1 is you are your most valuable asset. Always. Right? Most of you listening here today, you probably have a service-based business, right? A lot of you come from that holistic wellness space, but no matter what you do, right? If you have your own business, your energy, your health and wellness are vital to the success of your business. You can't help people. You can't work if you are not taking care of yourself, right? So your self-care absolutely and always needs to be a priority. Now, I get that I say this, and I will fully admit that this is a lesson I have to learn over and over again, because we tend to have this default mechanism that when things get tight, when things get scary, when things get uncertain, we sacrifice ourselves. And we put everything else first, right? A lot of times this might look like saying yes to clients when it's convenient for them, giving the extra discount even though you know you shouldn't, right? So really thinking about your self-care, making it a priority, practicing healthy boundaries. It seems so counterintuitive, but one of the things that I did was I was really intentional when I worked and when I saw clients. And it's this funny thing that we think if we're available whenever the client needs it, that's actually why they're going to say yes. But the truth is, when you actually value yourself, your time, your energy, and you demonstrate that with your clients, and you have limited availability, it actually kicks a fire under their butt to go ahead and schedule the appointment, to make sure they're not rescheduling at the last minute or no showing, right? You have to value yourself first in order for anybody else to value you and your services. Now, there's another one that I want to say under this, and I think it's really big, especially nowadays, is social media and news. If you still watch the news, make sure that you are limiting your social media intake, you're limiting your news intake, and being really intentional with what you listen to and what you put into your brain. That is a big way to practice self-care right now. Be very mindful of where you are getting your news and who you are actually listening to, especially in terms of the news about what's happening right now, right? So find your trusted network, right? And make sure if it's sensationalized, that's probably not the place to be, okay? So you are your most valuable asset. That means your self-care always has to be a priority. Again, I say this, and I know you know this, but this is my moment to just check in and ask you, how well are you practicing that? How well are you honoring that? And where might there be a place where you can shift that to even be more grounded, more focused, more present, okay? Number 2, people spend money to solve a problem. This was a game changer for me. Now, I started off as a massage therapist, and I remember when I was starting my business, right, moving to Ohio, and I told people I'm going to start my business. I had a lot of people that I love, well-meaning friends and family, who said, "But Laura, massage is a luxury. We're in a recession. People don't spend money on luxuries during a recession." And I get it. That's a very valid statement, right? And what I did is I did not sell massage. This is a big one for a lot of service-based professionals and products and whatever it is that you do. We often get really hyper-focused that what we're selling is the thing that we do. The massage, the acupuncture treatment, the yoga session, Pilates, or maybe we have a lot of graphic designers, maybe you're a copywriter. We get caught up in thinking that what we do is and what we sell is the modality that we practice. It's not. Those two things are different. Now, there's 2 parts to this, but the first part of what you sell is you help people solve a problem. And so your goal right now is, instead of going out there and saying, "I'm a coach, I'm a massage therapist, this is what I do, go buy a massage," your job is to think about, what is the problem that you solve? And think about the people who are coming in right now. What do you constantly hear? What is it that your clients want from you? Sometimes it's like so obvious we don't see it. What I did is I love, when I was practicing massage, I love head, neck, and shoulder work. It's my favorite, right? So I said and put out there that I help people who have chronic neck and shoulder pain find relief, right? And that was a game changer, because those folks who are having headaches, who are having neck and shoulder pain, right, they can't do their job if that's an issue. Right? So, and that has more value. They might not say, "Oh, hey, I'd love to go get a massage today." But when push comes to shove and they have a problem that they need solved, they go looking for results. Or they go looking to solve the problem, which leads me to number 3, which I just said, is people invest to get results. There's a little difference here. Most people will spend money to solve a problem. All right, that is very common. So if you can get really clear on what is the problem that you are amazing at solving, that's the first part of the equation. That usually is what brings people in the door. It's what sparks them to go seek, right, a solution to that problem. But what keeps people there, what keeps people investing in your services, what keeps clients loyal to you is seeing, right, investing in the result that they are getting through working with you. Right? It's a little bit different. Yes, my clients came in because they often had chronic headaches, neck, back, shoulder pain, right? And they were like, I need to do something about this, right? But when they came in, my job was to listen and to get really clear on what was the thing that they wanted. What was the long-term result that they were actually looking for in their life? That's what my job was. Now, I started my business in 2008, but I have said that now like 5 times during this live. And I actually, right before starting my business, I did my very first coach training program. And so I started my business knowing that I was incorporating a coaching framework with embodiment through massage, because yes, people had stress and pain. Yes, people were looking for solutions to solve that. But I also knew that if people really wanted long-term healing results in their life, they needed more than just a 60-minute massage. And that coaching framework helped me really support them in figuring out what they wanted. What were the long-term results they were after, and how were those results going to support them in their life and their business and with their health and wellness, right? So the first part get them in the door, help them solve a problem. And once you're there, help them get clear on that result, that long-term solution that they're looking for, because that's the place where folks will invest for a long-term solution. Okay. The fourth thing that I learned, the fourth lesson, is that people align with their values. People align their money with their values. What does this mean? Okay, so you are prioritizing yourself and self-care, practicing that because you are your most valuable asset. You are getting really clear on the problem that you help people solve, right? And then helping them get clear on the results that they want, those long-term solutions, which creates that investment. It's also important to note that people will spend money when it aligns with their values. Now, I've never been like a shoe person or a purse person. And if you are, that's totally fine. I'm not really a car person either. That's not where I like to spend my money. I love spending money when it comes to spending time with my family, my friends. I love connection. My husband loves travel and adventure. I'm more of a homebody, and I love my husband, right? So think about, what are the values that your clients have, and how do your products and services help them and support them in honoring those values? They're coming in to solve a problem. You're helping them, right, get clear on the result, right, where they get to make that investment. But the deeper thing that gets to happen is helping align your services with how they get to live and align with their values. A great example of this, and one of the things that I did, I had 2 ideal clients when I started my business. I love working with stressed out CEOs. right? Who had chronic neck, shoulder pain, right? They were carrying the weight of the world. And I love working with people with big ideas. That is still the case. And, right, I knew that CEO, that drive, that manager who loves what they do, that sense of purpose and freedom was something that they valued deeply. And so I wasn't just selling them a massage because it was nice and luxurious. I was selling them a massage because it gave them a place to not only reduce the stress and pain, but to remember and get clear on their purpose and to come back to the inner drive that lights them up and why they love their work. That's value. I also love working with moms, right? Moms who are so good at carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders, who are so good at taking things on and putting others before them. I love working with moms because them taking that time for themselves is what's going to help them connect to the very people they love, right? Even today, I love working with service-based professionals, people who strive for excellence in all they do, who truly care about the health and well-being of others, of the planet, right? Who want to see a world where every body is able to have the support and the tools and the resources to live a fully connected and free life, right? That is what I do. Those are the values that I stand for. And we help people, like we give people this amazing structure in their business that radically shifts how you show up, how you serve, how you help your clients. It shifts how you get paid for your work, right? It creates this amazing opportunity to deepen your impact and also increase your income. Because I know that we, the holistic healing community, the wellness professionals of the world, we are here to step up and be leaders. And I love helping people have that framework in their services and in their business to do that, right? Do you hear as I say this? If anybody resonating with that, right? Do you hear, like, it doesn't matter what I do. If I got on here and said that, oh yeah, we do group calls and this and this and this, you'd be like, that's great. But when you hear the value and the why and the drive of why people do your work and how that relates to the people you serve, that value alignment is what activates folks to say yes and work with you. Okay, let me know if that resonates. And the last one, I'll do a quick recap. Number 1, you are your most valuable asset. Self-care is your priority. Number 2, people spend money to solve a problem. And number 3, people invest money to get results, right? So they'll often spend money and seek something to solve a problem, but they're going to stay and invest to find that long-term solution. And then this last one was you really take it deeper when you understand that money aligns with values, right? People spend their money because what they want are those values and that feeling in their life. That's what they really want. And your work is about supporting them and accessing that. The 5th one in this is to remember that your value lies way beyond your products and services. This is really, for me, what Body Mind Coaching came from. I have seen time and time again that the best practitioners, the folks who really, truly care about your clients, about making a difference, are often the ones that burn out the fastest, because we are in an industry that has taught us that our value comes from our doing, that our modalities and the things we exchange for time for money, that's what gives us our worth. And what I want to encourage you to think about is your value and what you do is so much more than that 60-minute session. So much more. I started my business with this intention of incorporating coaching and body work. And I recognized that people weren't coming to me just because I gave a really good massage. They were coming because they were starting to find themselves. And that one of my amazing abilities is to listen, hold space, to guide. Actually, I would say to see and to guide. That is just who I am, folks, right? That's what you get when you're around me. Chances are, if you were to take a moment and look at all the trainings, the experiences, the continuing education classes you've taken, the advice you give, the resources you share, if you were to really look at the depth of what you bring into your work, it is so much more than just your modalities. It's probably so much more than that thing you think you sell. When you can start to identify that, right, now we get to go back to the beginning and deeply practice self-care by honoring the gifts that you have and seeing how these gifts help people solve a problem. And when you see how those gifts help someone solve a problem, you can start to see how they want to invest in long-term solutions. And when they're investing in those long-term solutions, you get to give depth by helping to align with their values. These 5 principles, they're essential for any business, but especially in times right now when there's talks of a possible recession, it's important that you're thinking about how you are using these and sharing these and communicating these in your business, right? Hi, Cheryl. I'm in Ohio too. So think about, right? If you're somebody right now who's just selling a massage session or a coaching session or whatever, start to think about, what is the problem I solve that changes your value? Start to think about the solutions, the long-term solutions that you help provide that increases your value. Start to think about how your service is aligned with your client's value, and you're now deepening this, right? And then start to value and see the depth of what you have to offer, right? And bring that into the mix. Now, all of these 5 things, all of these, in order to bring them in, there's one really important skill that needs to be there, right? It's that communication skill, right? One of the things that I believe that I see is that the conversation is one of the most overlooked yet vital parts of your business. Whether you have a product-based business or a service-based business, how you talk to people matters. How you communicate, all of these things. If this is a conversation, your marketing's a conversation, right? How you communicate with people in the session is a conversation. The extra time that you're spending with your clients, giving them all those tips, resources, and everything, that's a conversation, y'all, and that is valuable. But just like your modalities, just like the services you provide, you actually need to have a structure to that conversation in order for it to be effective and in order for it to, in order for it to tap into the healing power that is possible within the conversation. And also, I actually believe that the conversation is where you tap into the hidden income that is sitting in front of you right now. Okay. I believe so much in this that I'm really excited. I'm going to be sharing a live training. It's coming up in a couple weeks. That's all about the conversation gap. Because most of us, I know about myself, I was trained in how to do and provide my services, and I was taught very little about how to actually have a healthy, empowering, and effective conversation that supports my clients and builds my business. This is something that cannot be overlooked. And in fact, this small little thing, right? This is more than just being nice, it's more than just having an intake. This small little thing opens the door to increased results for your clients. It opens the door for for increased income for you. It opens the door for you to step into and actually have more ease and freedom in your business. So I'm hosting a training. I put the link in this video, thenewbodymind.com/gap, and you can learn. It's called the Conversation Gap is the name of the training. I would love for you to join me for that training. And I'm going to be sharing how to incorporate a powerful conversation structure into your services. It's going to be a game changer, and it's going to help you activate all the 5 things that I talked about today. So go check that out. Make sure you register. I can't wait to see you there. And as I said at the top of this video, I would love to know which one of these lessons, which one of them is where you want to lean in. Where is an action that you want to take? Let me know in the comments. And of course, make sure to register for that class. I can't wait to see you there. Bye.